Hi. I began storytelling outside of Toastmasters way back in 1982. And since that time I've been guest speaker getting up towards 900 times. So I've spoken to lots of groups all over the place. But it took me until about 1997, 1998 to actually land a workshop with District 70, a storytelling workshop, which as I remember was done at the Plaza Hotel. I think it's now called the Royal Plaza in Parramatta. And I didn't get a lot of people along initially, but as word got out that Tom was in there telling stories, they swarmed in until eventually the room was full. And I got great feedback from that, because some years later, a woman who went on to become a professional speaker said, "Tom, the reason I became a professional speaker and the reason I joined Toastmasters because I came along and heard you give that storytelling workshop." Now, this is always a feather in the cap of anyone. Makes you feel good. But I have done quite a few storytelling workshops inside Toastmasters, and I think it now ranges across 5 districts, including a trip to Hong Kong in 2015. So when I was in Hong Kong, I got this message: "How many flyers would you like us to print off?" And I said, "Oh, how many's in the audience?" They printed off something like, I said, 300. I'm not sure how many they printed off, but it would have been more than that because there was 900 at the conference. So storytelling is in great demand. But what did they print off? I'll show you. Just an A4 sheet. And I'd like to read out what's on that sheet because it's got 12 points about storytelling, which are, I believe, of great value. The first one is entertainment. Entertainment is the key in storytelling. Let the story entertain, and the persuasive and informative elements will be remembered too. I'll repeat that. Entertainment is the key to storytelling. Let the story entertain, and the persuasive and informative elements will be remembered too. Number 2, if you want your speech to be remembered, use story. You remember the 3 bears and Jack and the Beanstalk from your earliest days, didn't you? In public speaking, nothing is more effective in arousing emotions than story. Use your stories to make the point. If the story makes the point strong enough, statistics, data and facts are almost superfluous. Remember, stories told at first hand are those which are granted most credibility. So tell stories from your personal experience. Your personal experience, wherever you can. The nostalgia factor. Use those stories in which your audience has shared experience, wherever you can. I'll repeat that. Use those stories in which your audience has a shared experience, wherever you can. To create instant drama, use short, no more than 8 or 9 words, punchy sentences, but don't keep this up for too long or it will lose its effect. Develop story language. This is important. Develop story language. Read fiction, descriptive short stories, novels and poetry to add colourful, emotive words to your everyday vocabulary. Don't use a story unless it has personal appeal to you. If it grabs you, moves you, then, told well, it will grab and move your audience. In story, your visual aid is yourself. Don't break your audience's inner picturing by showing them something physical. Let their mind do the interpretation from your words. I'll repeat that because, once again, all of these things are important. This is very important. In a story, you are the visual aid. Don't break your audience's inner picturing by showing them something physical. Let their mind do the interpretation from your words. As in a joke's punchline, the end of the story should bring it to its conclusion. As in a joke's punchline, the end of the story should bring it to its conclusion. Don't add anything after it. In storytelling, this is the final one, in storytelling, as in golf, if you want to get good at it, practice, practice, practice. In storytelling, if you want to get good at it, it's like anything else, practice, practice, practice. I hope you got something out of those dozen different hints on how storytelling can make you into a really top public speaker. Never neglect storytelling. Tell a story, make a point. Tell a story, make a point. Tell a story, make a point. Sometimes you just need to tell the story and the point is made.